Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. It is Wednesday, September 16th. Got some exciting things that I am working on. So I got a little held up. I was working on that little project, which you guys will be finding out all about. So I'm just opening up the chat so I can see everyone today. I do have the chopped salad up behind me because today is a bit like a chop salad day. We are just going pretty much sideways. It seems like positioning is really happening for everything that's going to happen later on today. We do have the FOMC meeting happening at 2 p.m. In fact, let me go ahead and pull up all of the announcements that we have going on. Hey, Asif, how's it going? Let me pull it up so you guys can see. So for today, this is Forex Factory. Thank you. Forex Factory that does have the free announcement. So we did have the crude oil inventories that came out at 10:30, and it looks like it was a greater draw than what we do have, which tends to be positive for the market usually. And that there are many stocks that are oil driven, excuse me, that are in the indexes that help to pull it up. And so, hey Mark, welcome from Windsor. I mean, you know what I meant. I'm in Montreal, so welcome from Montreal. We do have the FOMC announcements coming out, and then the 2:30 FOMC press conference. I am choking over here, so hold on, let me have some water. All right. So we will start looking at the SPY. So the SPY today, we do have this consolidation box, right? This is our daily and 39-minute chart, messing around with time frames here. Why not, right? See if anything in particular can happen. So on our time frame, let's do 299. We have been dancing around the upper bounds of this box. Now, you guys know I love my 425 EMA on my 45-minute chart. So here we are. We tested it and we bounced up off of it. If we do go above 342.50, I would look for a test of 343.50. Oh, sorry, Asif. Thanks, William. Yeah, I tried to do it about 12:15, just to give a little update on what we're seeing. You know, obviously, about some dark pool activity, right? So we did get some dark pool activity on Apple. I'm not going to say where it is, but right now you can tell on the daily chart we are heading down on the day. Let's put on the daily here. So one might deduce that the activity that we saw before us this morning was above us, right? Simply by the fact that we are below the price action right now. Now, we do have what looks to be a bit of support right down here around 313.30. So that might act as a support area. We might be heading back up. They might come up and test this 118.38. Maybe even all the way up to this 20 simple moving average. Not sure though. These big guys could be totally manipulating it. In fact, when we look at it, much like the rest of the market, we do have a consolidation and potentially disbursement right here of this entire price area. We've seen a lot of activity, actually more so from right here. We saw a lot of dark pool activity on the 9th, and now we're just sort of range bound between 111.80 and up here to 120. So with what we've seen, there could likely be a big move that would likely affect the market. However, right now everything seems to be footprints in the sand. We don't know which way we are going, but once it does break, it will break big time or it will run big time. Same thing with the SPY. You can see that Apple and the SPY really mimic each other here. Let's even look at Microsoft as well to see if Microsoft seems to have that same sort of consolidation or distribution area. Yeah, We do have it for Microsoft as well. It is quite a wide range, but when that happens, what is the best thing to do? Wait, right? We want to be patient, and I would look really for this range. Okay, if we break above, we've been going up and down and up and down. Well, if we're going to break down, if we go below 202, then I'll likely put on my bear hat. If we go above 213, I would like to go ahead and put my bull hat on. So just sort of in a holding pattern as far as the market at the moment. Now, on my list, if you guys are newer to following me, you can find me at thedarkpools.com, teaching in the training pit on Mondays and Thursdays. You can also check out my website at cjanetrade.com. I'm also on Ticker Talker on Mondays and Fridays. I'm a little busy, as well as being home with my little one, homeschooling this morning. So I was really away from the market this morning, more watching it. So DraftKings, there was a talk about partnering with ESPN, and sure enough, the market seems to like that. Big volume, ran above my 50 level today as a potential area to watch, to break above. Apple broke down. We already went over Apple. Oracle for my potential breakdown level, 6140, came down. Seems to have found support roughly around 6030. So are we going to have more consolidation here and a bounce up? It seems to have a couple different sort of block days, right? So we have one here, we have one here, right? So we're below this one, but we're above this one. And are we going to, this is the way my brain sees the price action, right? So move this over. Are we going to break down below 60.40, or are we going to break up above 61? Maybe we will break up. You know, if the market rips later, we do have FOMC. Hey, Julio. Snow opening? I don't know if snow. David, is that an IPO today? Snowflake. So it looks like, yeah, maybe it's an IPO today. I have no idea. Many times they wait for the optimal time for the market. If it's a drawdown day, I know with Uber, when it announced that they were opening, they waited until about 2:30 in the afternoon. So could be any time today. Kodak as well, they won the lawsuit pretty much. The SEC lawsuit for manipulation had nice price activity, had a quick run up to 1150 and then pulled back. Silver as well, still just sort of hovering. We're not really going anywhere in particular. Yeah, it might come, Julio, in an hour. They'll decide. Hey, it might be a nice short off of open then. That can always happen too. So we've got Facebook over here as a potential short below 267, and it looks like they might want to take it down. Looks like we might have a bit of an H here, but if we do, I would look for that target down here, 263. So 263 would put us roughly at the resistance over here, 263.50. I would look for that as a target if we continue to the downside. Again, the day of FOMC meetings can be really, really choppy, a good day to watch. And then you can see the movement afterwards, after 2 o'clock, 2:30 with the FOMC meeting. Let's look at apps. You guys are going crazy for apps, Julio. Let's check it out. So apps, Digital Turbine, up 10% from the last 2 days. Yeah, hey, it's possible, right? Anything is possible in the market. Yeah, for now. But you know what? We've seen some, if we look back, we can't forget that we also have some activity that we saw last week down here. So we have activity down here and we have activity up here. So we are going to see, we are up from yesterday for the SPY. And let's check out the major SPY holdings as well to see. So right now, looking at the SPY prints, looking at the SPY overall at where the stocks are, we are middle of the day. So there might be potential move up, but we do have Microsoft. We're down on Microsoft for today. We're down on Apple. Qs are down as well. So Qs have really been fairly strong with the tech stocks. But remember, these guys can manipulate it whichever way they want. You see Amazon is also hitting a trend line right here. And it's sort of been holding that. So that might, then that was established back here, that trend line. So we might find that they're consolidating everything to have a further bounce up into the elections and then drop it. Maybe they'll have news. I don't know. They always like to say the news is cause of it, but it's really the dark pools if you guys follow that at all. So Facebook's pulling back, Google's pulling back, Johnson & Johnson, Berkshire Hathaway, Visa, Procter & Gamble, these are all up. So it's pretty mixed right now for the S&P. Let's take Tesla off of here. It's not actually on there. And looking at it, we can see that a lot of them actually are up on the day. And so that's likely a reason why we still are up on the SPY. Right now for Apple, yeah, you can see we've crossed down. So it would really, in my opinion, really need to break down over here. We've had this area for the past couple of days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days now that we're in this range. So when else do you see that we really trade sideways? Maybe back here, back in January, right? Then we finally broke down. And how many days was that? Hold on 2 seconds. Hello, I'm on my live stream. I can't talk right at the moment, okay? Okay, bye. All right. So if we look back here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we shot up. Back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We pulled back a little bit, and then boom, back up again. So yeah, there was some activity right here as well, right at close at 117. So we are below that, but again, if they are looking for a really big move on it, they could take this up to 250, right? Even though it's split, they could take it up to 250. As much as people say, oh, I want to be bearish on the market, I want to be bearish on the market, I also try to look at the stochastics. Well, look at the stochastics. It's already had a major drawdown on the daily here, and it's starting to curl up a little bit. Does not mean that I'm going to go full on bull, but I'm being aware of it. Hey, all of this price activity, it's pulling back. Yes, it's looking oversold at the moment. Doesn't mean I'm not going to go bearish, but I'm going to wait and see. Why jump into it early and then get burned? Why not wait for that confirmation? If you guys haven't read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, definitely do. Wait for that higher probability trade. Why trade it if it's going sideways? Sit on the sidelines. Wait. FOMC is coming out. There's a lot of positioning that's happening prior to the announcement happening this afternoon. So you're likely going to get whipped out. Just wait. Wait until that decision has been made. They're going to take it all over the place. They're going to fool the bulls in to get in up here and then sell it short and then bear trap and then they squeeze the bears. It's just a mess until they are completely done. So patience, right? If you guys, again, want to learn more about the dark pool, come over to the Trading Pit at thedarkpools.com. Any other stocks you guys want to check out today? Let's see what else I had on my list that was performing today. So we had NVIDIA that was on my short list Facebook as well. So NVIDIA had a nice pullback down below 516. Look at that. What's that average? All right, Julio, what's the average right here? Come on. What's this pink one? Or even better, just set alerts. And then once the alerts go off, look at it. Enjoy the rest of your life while the market is doing its thing. All right, so this is the 425 EMA. This is the 39-minute chart, which I'm messing around with, which breaks it down into 10 candles exactly for the trading day. And JKS, There you go. JKS right here had a potential short. What's the next book? Oh, nice, William. Awesome. And also had Fiat as a potential short. It's just sort of kind of going sideways. So unless you all have any stocks you want to check out for today, I am likely going to go and enjoy the rest of the afternoon with my daughter who is home from school. We only have 2 more days of homeschooling. Yes, I can't wait to send her back to school and have my full devotion on the market. It is definitely tougher while homeschooling and watching the market. So let's look at run. Whoops, type it in all the way. Run. Yeah, run is running away. Had a nice breakout today. Potentially, if it can end strong, maybe a continuation to the upside, but it might pull back as well. Yeah, a lot of them have. And then Solar Edge, which is interesting that Tesla too is with Solar City in there too. So Solar Edge just hit the 20 SMA and it might pull back to 198.50, 60 area before running up further. And SEDG. William, I do not. I have them next to me on my right over here. Solar Edge, I just did that. VSLR. I didn't look at VSLR. Yeah, VSLR is nice and breaking out as well. And it might, we have the moving averages right here, might pull back to 33. So this one looks like it has very high risk to get in at the moment. I would wait for it to potentially come back a little bit. Penn and Jets, let's look at it. All right, so Penn looks like had nice break from this resistance earlier, came back and tested it and potentially on the way up. Volume is dropping off. The middle of the day, never really a good time to go ahead and get into a trade, in my opinion. Later in the day, around 2:30. Again, today, the middle of the day is really a time in which it tends to be super choppy, and you end up, at least for me, do not have a higher success rate. My higher success rate trades are going to be mornings or swing trades at the end of the day, or potential shorts getting squeezed at the end of the day. So, Penn National Gaming looks like it's breaking out. It's just had a surge. We are above the high volume day right here. So it looks like all that volume was potentially buying. And if you started to see a big selling wick, might want to get out. But this day right here broke out above it, and it's been nice ever since. You can see as well that we had higher volume right here once we were above it. Also the moving averages, it's riding that right on up. So I would say, hey, as long as it's holding up above 68.70 potentially, I would stay in the trade. Okay, and Jets. Nice, William, thank you. Yeah, we've had a lot. Now that Apple also has 17 billion shares in the float, we're seeing a lot higher size block trades. So millions, hundreds of thousands, whereas before it was much more rare because now obviously we're at a quarter of the price here. So Jets looks like we might have a bit of resistance that we're coming into right here, roughly at 1905 at that moving average. So it actually came up, almost touched it, and it will potentially be pulling back. It's big volume. Let's see, we had some volume here, we're above that. Volume day here, we're above that. Other than that, we've got the big volume days for when it had that squeeze up here and it pulled back. So I would keep it on watch. I know at least up here in Canada, many of the airlines are grounded. We might actually just go down to one national airline, Air Canada, because the industry is being so heavily hit at the moment. So I would watch for these levels to hold for Jets. Looking at the daily, 1834 and 1905. If it can break above, potentially move up to that 1998 range. Yeah, that's a good one too, Julio. Yeah, because it's the amount of cash being traded as well. So Have an amazing afternoon. I have another cool video coming out tomorrow all about setting up different streams of income for yourself. Don't just rely on one, especially in the pandemic like now. If you have multiple streams of income, if one starts to pull back, then you know what? You can rely on the other one. So check that out tomorrow at 6 o'clock. If you guys ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow at 12:15. Have an amazing afternoon. See you tomorrow. Bye.